Let's get to the solution, because God knows the problem is terrible. Okay, in my opinion, there are 4 steps, 4 components that need to be part of any lasting opiate treatment program. And when I say lasting, I'm not talking about getting somebody 6 months straight. Obviously, that's very, very important. I'm talking about getting somebody so they can move on. So this is an ugly piece of history, but not part of their active life. And by the way, I'm here to tell you, anybody has this option. Whether or not you have the discipline to achieve the 4 pieces, that's another thing. And I'm not here to tell you there's only one way. I'm just saying these 4 steps need to be woven into that system. Okay, first of all, this is really obvious, it's really dumb, but guess what? I see it all day long in my office. My first question when somebody comes in is, by the way, you've been using opiates for a long time. Why are you here today? You know, you didn't want, you know, I mean, are you here because the police arrested you, you got drug court, you got whatever? Or are you here because in your soul, in your gut, finally in your brain, you realize this is over. This doesn't work. My life is turned into garbage. If it's some logical, intellectual reason, I say, you know what, save your money. Don't come. I won't charge you for today. Go away, because someday you're going to be back here and you're going to need me or somebody like me to keep you alive. Okay, here's where it gets really controversial. My opinion based on having treated 950 opiate users. The withdrawal process must be stopped 100%, not just 50%, not just 75%, because the last symptom that goes away is craving. And something, even though I've been doing this for a long time, I'm really fully appreciating now is craving is not just having that little guy on your shoulder with a bullhorn going, oh, come on. You know, what's one Roxy when you do 20 bags of heroin? We all know that one. But craving also involves opiate thinking, which means your thoughts are worthless. You could rationalize anything. You could convince yourself that if you flap your arms, you can fly. Anytime your thoughts go that way, you can rationalize anything, and you are in trouble. And the little guy on your shoulder, the girl on your shoulder is going to make even more sense. Okay, here's something. Okay, I'm a psychiatrist. I'm biased. And I'm going to say something that most people don't want to hear. There's a reason why our kids are turning to drugs like opiates, and with heroin obviously worse, and that is they're looking sometimes for emotional comfort. I hear a term all the time, and somebody says, oh, I tried heroin, or I tried Roxy, and I was in love. Okay, what is that? I hear that over and over again. Maybe they are genetically from a very nervous family. Not their fault. They didn't have cars they were building. Maybe they were depressed. Maybe they become a loner. They were bullied. Whatever it is, but something is hurting them, and they take this drug, and oh my God, in a few seconds or a minute, I'm happier. This is good. I went from here to here. Problem is, there's many problems, but one of the things we know is, oh boy, that goodness goes away in 30 to 45 days, and what seemed like I'm in love is now terror. So basically, if you have a problem with depression or anxiety, maybe attention deficit disorder, social phobia, any of the things that are just common, if we don't address those problems after we get the active withdrawal under control, those same things that push them in, that made the opiates seem positive in the beginning, are likely to be triggers that are going to push them back. So I think it's really important to fix that. The other thing, okay, I guess I'm biased here, but by the way, this doesn't need to be done by psychiatrists. You need therapy. You need to know when you're thinking in a wacky way. You need to know how to deal with the unavoidable problems of life. I'm sorry to tell you, we all know this, life deals curves. Every day isn't wonderful. And if you talk to opiate addicts, they got a zillion reasons why I had to do opiates today. it was supposed to be sunny and it's raining and I wanted to go to the beach. You know, it all makes sense when you're thinking like an opiate user. So you gotta have good coping skills. You gotta be able to identify when you're not thinking properly. If you don't do that, any one of these four